Hey yo, this is another video, so let's go. All right, this video is about Nipsey Hussle and YG making the song and video and everything that happened after that situation for fuck Donald Trump. Okay, these aren't my exact feelings or sentiments about like that, with that song. I didn't feel the same way about it because I look at it. I had to look at it from a different perspective. So I recently watched a video on YouTube with Nipsey Hussle explaining how the song came about. They were in the studio, him and YG, and someone else was in there too also. And he said he heard YG mumbling something, and he walked into the booth and said, "Fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump." Just kept saying it, and he said, "This is what Nipsey said. This is what we're gonna do." Okay, so he said he closed the door, and the rest was history or history after that. So, song gets completed, video gets made. Now, the thing is, I applaud them, those two brothers, for what they did, as in trying something or doing something. We've trying something that wasn't in the climate at that time. What was going on? But yeah, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna give that side first. I'm gonna give this side first. That was that's something different. Well, we got to think about it. I'm gonna go this way first. So the whole thing with fuck Donald Trump, I never felt that way about. I haven't had a president. I became my own president in 2010 when I realized there was nothing gonna come from the whole thing of Barack Obama. So I told myself I have to become my own president. So, I never looked at anybody as being my president after I told myself that. So that means we're giving power to somebody else instead of you being your own president. Okay, so with that in mind, I was like, the song itself, it caught my attention when it came out, and I saw like them filming. Like behind the scenes, like while they was on the street and everything, there was helicopters, police cars all around them. But that's very reminiscent of like a march in like the 60s or the 70s or something. Very reminiscent of it. But like the thing is, it was a lot of force and energy behind it. It had grew legs. The whole world, like the whole country and the whole world, started hearing about it. It was to the point where they didn't want Nipsey Hussle actually performing that song in D.C. I remember I seen the video of him in D.C. I'm not sure if it was the Rolling Loud festival or whatnot. He was on stage, and they told me not to play it, but I'm going to do it anyway. And you hear the song come on. And then they kind of then there shut it down. That was like the last song, and they kind of shut it down for him after that. But we got to think about it. I always try to look at things that everybody might be looking at the same thing. We might be all looking at the same thing, but everybody got their own perspective or opinion of it. So with me, I was looking like, damn. I mean, look at all the power we have with seeing these people walking and all of that. But I noticed that what was that doing for us? I talk to, like, I don't deal with things like how everybody else deals with them. I didn't know him like we Nipsey Hussle I'm talking about. I didn't know him like speaking person to person physically like everybody else do. I speak to him on a spiritual basis. I don't have to say anything about what we talk about, but on a spiritual basis, I was like, man, bro, like that itself, that energy, like, could have been used in another way. Like, because what reason why when I talked to him about that like that, and we kind of go back, we don't go back and forth about it, because the thing is, when I talk about it, I say, like, we, ever since the civil rights movement, everybody's been gaining off of everything we've been doing. Like, we've been marching and the sit-ins and riots or whatever. They're always, I wouldn't even say the riots. Well, you can say the riots, because there got to be a cleanup, and the cleanup that actually helps with the economy. So people got to get paid. So, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can say the riots too. So when I say this, I'll be like, everybody always gets the benefits of us putting our energy into something. Like, if we marching and like how the song, y'all had the song, fuck Donald Trump. You got to think, like, man, they always making everything off of us. He's like, I remember Nipsey had a line on his album, Victory Lap. He said, they think we stupid because our culture is contagious. So contagion, the germ is melanin. So, like, that's what it is. Like, when they see us moving what we do, or dancing, or rapping what we do, or whatever song we come up with, or a new slang, or whatever it is, it's contagious. Everybody wants to do it. But we always go to the next thing, and they steady digesting and playing out what we left behind. This is just everything that goes on in our society, pretty much, for sure. So with that whole March thing, for the video, we like, there was no benefit in it for us, because the only people that didn't like Trump because of what he was talking about was damn near the Latinos, the Mexicans, and all of them, because he was talking about building a wall. But I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the whole perspective of the whole thing with Trump. Reason why I say that is because you got to look at it like this. I don't look at it at a small view. I look at it from a large. I try to look at it for everything from a large perspective of where we as how it could hurt or benefit us. So I'm looking at it like, he's actually trying to get us to want to believe in America, or I mean, when I say us, I mean highly melanated people, so-called black people, extremely melanated people. So what I'm talking about is, all this time he's been trying to get us to get on board with America. You know, like, people say he had to make America great again, hats on and stuff. He said, but when the time y'all thought America was great, that's when we was like as slaves and all this shit. So I understand why we would feel that way, but that's a feeling. We have to analyze this shit. He was actually trying to get us to say, hey, you guys can really flourish in this country, but it's not for us to flourish again, because we actually supposed to be destroying this third dimensional plane, or destroying this world. I don't mean like physically with our hands, like, I'm gonna riot for like 18 days straight until the world is done. You know, not like that. I mean, like, we can do it a spiritual way. That's the way we have not been able to do anything. Everything is physical. Sign up a petition. Do this march. Whatever it is, it's nothing on a spiritual basis. If it's on a spiritual basis, everybody talking about, we got to meditate and do this. There's other ways to do spiritual stuff without just sitting in one spot. You got monks doing meditating and not eating for days, weeks, months, and nothing is happening. You know what I'm saying? They don't, things don't happen with them like that. You don't see major differences happening with them. So I've come to a conclusion what the thing is we need to do. But the thing is, I want to get to my point from earlier. That whole march was damn near because he felt like, damn, or that video was all like because there's a lot of Mexicans or Latinos in Los Angeles or California, and the neighboring place is Mexico. So you feel like you have fans that will listen to your music and they were like, oh, they would like this song because it's dealing with somebody that's putting a hardship on a certain people. But we got to think about this now. If you ever look up the Olmecs, O-M or O-L-M-E-C, Olmec, Olmec-a-land, or Olmecs, O-L-M-E-C-S, Olmecs in La Venta, Mexico, right in the Gulf. I always forget the other city. La Venta is leaving me right now. I can't really think of it. But the Olmecs end up leaving. That's those who are highly melanated people, so-called black people, extremely melanated people. They left. That's why all those pyramids are there. Why did the calendar just stop like that? If those same people that are still living there to this day, why can't they expand the calendar? We need, as highly melanated people, we need to be asking ourselves this. Why haven't they expanded the calendar if the Mayans made that calendar? Why can't they? Because the motherfucker didn't make the calendar. It was just left there, just like their physical bodies are left there. So they knew Quetzalcoatl. Now you got to look up Quetzalcoatl, as in mythology. Quetzalcoatl was coming from the east. That would be who? Cortez came from Spain, but the Moors taught the people in Spain how to speak, and they taught them Spanish. So when Quetzalcoatl in the story said, "I will come from the east and I will come back again," because in the story with Quetzalcoatl, he was tricked, and a mirror was placed in front of his face, and he took off and went to the eastern lands, and he said he'll be back in another time period, another place, and then come back to Mexico. And they will always watch for the east to see whenever Cortez, well, not Cortez, but when Quetzalcoatl would come back. And they found out Cortez was from Spain. And by that time, the Olmecs had already left Mexico. And by that time, they're trying to, Cortez is like, we got to figure out who left all this behind. And the people that are just left there, like the Mexicans, they don't know what to do really, how everything was built or put together. So so we gotta find the people that built this shit. So they said, oh, they went north from what I heard. So they went north. So the Olmecs went north from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up the Mississippi River. That's why you see all these Indian mounds going up the Mississippi River. And all these little these states, all all those Indian mounds are always close to water, because they're primordial or primitive people. That means they were first on the land. So we're gonna find out who did all this, and we're gonna make them do stuff for us. So that's why this is the part of the story that gets very tricky. Cortez actually enlists these people, or these these Mexicans from Mexico, to actually work with them. So and while I'm telling you this, and this still goes on today. So they go up and up, and they go the same route. They found a way through the Mississippi River. There's an Indian mound right in New Orleans, Louisiana, right on the mouth, damn near going like you get to what is it called? Go to River Road in outside of New Orleans, on River Road, and it's an Indian, like it's a large mounds right there, Indian mounds right there on River Road, in Kenner, Louisiana. So that's like the first one going up the Mississippi River, and then there's more of them. And the biggest one is in America, is in St. Louis, East St. Louis, Illinois, because you got St. Louis, Missouri, and you got East St. Louis, Illinois. So, but all the Indian mounds, and even that cave, the Piazza Cave, is all of them are in East St. Louis. And that's for a reason, but I'm gonna stay focused. So Mexicans are enlisted by the people that were looking for more people to do the work for them. The same people that they was looking for that built these pyramids, they said they already gone. So they say, hey, you know what? We're gonna build a new. You got the French, you got the British, and you got what else? You have the Spanish from Spain. Okay, these are all European people. Three different types. They're like family, but different types of people. So they talk about building a wall. They're not going to build a wall. You know why? They can get people to do this work because they don't have to hire us. Because the longer we can't maintain and be able to survive, that means this illusion will keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. So if that's the case, this is why they're actually hiring so many people. I mean, some people don't even got the cards or the can't speak English, or they don't even got like full green cards and are working here. I mean, I don't know how, you know what I'm saying, but there's always a way when you got people that they want to alleviate or get rid of, because we're the only way to end this world or the third dimensional plane. So then I think about it. Remember that song with Lionel Richie? He was like, it should be Lionel Richie. He was talking about there's a place we're living all life. There's a place for you and for me. Like they're trying to like save the world shit. We're not supposed to be saving the world. We're supposed to be destroying this motherfucker as highly melanated people, so-called black people. We're supposed to be destroying this motherfucker. We are Quetzalcoatl in these bodies. We're many Quetzalcoatls in these bodies. We're sons in these bodies. So if that's the case, they're gonna give them all these different jobs or different plateaus or these different avenues or whatever they can make their money off of, and get these food trucks and come around and, you know what I'm saying, do what they got to do or whatever. Only because you got to get the revenue somehow. And if they get the revenue, their family can be around. If their family can be around, that means they're gonna have job after job after job coming to them. Not just in construction, but other things too. So back to Nipsey Hussle and the song, the Fuck Donald Trump song. That was the whole thing with Donald Trump. That was actually for us to side with him, as in for us to get more economically friendly, as you know what I'm saying, pretty much. So if that's the case, but we're not here to do that. We're here to destroy. I've done enough studying. Well, I can still always do more. I've seen enough study for me to confirm what I'm talking about, to confirm it. So, and as in, I'm trying to make it clear so you can understand fully what I'm saying, not just halfway. Now, if Mexicans are in this country, they're letting them in. That means they're letting them in for a purpose. The purpose is for their survival. I'm talking about the European or the new European survival. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, like I said before, we can change things with melanin or chaos. Chaos is melanin. Chaos is change. The only thing that's constant in the world is change. That's the only thing. So if we're able to make things happen or occur with the weather, with our minds and our body and our melanin or whatever, imagine what we can do when it's concentrated on a certain enemy or all enemies. Imagine when it's concentrated. That's a quite deadly combination if the motherfucking people that had this power knew that they had this power. So that's why there was a lot of gang wars with the Latinos and the highly melanated so-called black people on the West Coast at one point. But now they're saying it's like more of a truce now. But it was warfare, as in that they let them in here and their children are fighting against us. I don't want to be cool with them. I don't want to be their friend. Why? Why? Like in my mind, I'd be like, when I talk to Nipsey or whatever, we'd be like, I said, they don't give a fuck about it because that's the whole migration shit of so-called black people. We're down there leaving. We're getting pushed all the different places, in different places in America. That I don't think that was the best idea to come up with that song, because that's actually helping them out. We're not making nothing off of that. Nothing comes from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can say what they want, but what they're trying to do is trying to make us feel like we're included. There's nothing about highly melanated people or so-called black people that we should feel included with anybody or any other like anything dealing with this country. Why? We built this country, but the fucked up part is we don't have nothing to show for it. But that's how it's supposed to be. In order for us to get to our real power, we gotta feel like we're damn near down to nothing almost. That's when you feel like you're the most dangerous, when you have nothing. So the whole thing with this, I'm getting out so you can understand. We didn't benefit off of that. Not like financially. I mean benefit like as in what we need to be doing with our goals and how out of that. Because they still haven't built the wall. The guy that was working on it with his money, he lost a whole bunch of money. For what? He lost a whole bunch of money because the wall wasn't finished or built. If that's the case, these people are going to still keep coming in, because that was the whole thing of the floodgates, is to let them come up here to destroy highly melanated people, so-called black people, from being able to survive. If you can't survive, you gotta go out there and push some dope, sell something, sell your women or whatever, just to be able to eat something, to feed your children, to feed yourself. I mean, once you get in, you gotta really kind of keep your thoughts to yourself and keep your mouth closed. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I tell people, like I tell myself that now, like, ain't like, regardless if it's people that look like me, they don't have my same intentions. So if they don't have my same intentions, they're gonna be able to do things to figure out what I'm about and to get me up out of the way. Because I know most people in the world, they pray. I don't pray. When you pray, you're able to, God can actually walk through you like a walk-in. He can walk through your body because you're asking for certain things. Now he has this viability. He's viable to, hey, since you want something from me, I got to get something from you. He's not going to ask you for, you could do all the asking and begging from him all you want. But he's not going to ask you. He's going to just walk right through. And you're not going to remember what the fuck just happened. You're going to be like, oh, okay, and just doing things. And you don't understand what the fuck you're doing by by praying to a motherfucker that don't even give a fuck about you. God don't give a fuck about you. All he wants to do is get rid of people that's trying to raise themselves up. That's why he said in the Bible, thou shalt have no other God before me. But in the same book or the same Bible, they said the face of God is the God pineal, your pineal gland in your head. Who has pineal glands? So-called black people, highly melanated people. So if we can't raise ourselves up, that means we can't destroy him. We can't destroy this illusion. If they get, so you gotta think about this. But it ain't like I always say, like Bobby Hemmings say, it ain't about the numbers. It's it's the quality of what you do have. So I said that's very true, so true. So I mean, like I always when I think about that song, the Fuck Trump song, I mean, like it was the intentions, because we're loving people. We feel like, oh, these people are getting shorted or getting the shit in of whatever's left for them. We got to look at their numbers. Their numbers, they don't give a fuck about us. They don't care. They don't care. Trust me, they don't care about you. I've seen it up close and personal. They don't care. All they'll do is you take what you've been doing and try to do the same thing. Look at you know what, that's gonna be for another time. I'll hold that for another time. So what I'm saying is that it was, we have good intentions, but our intentions, we should actually I wouldn't say plan it out, but plan it out more. I would say analyze what the cause is for, because they never made no songs about for our people, like stop killing the black people, police stop killing black people. They don't make no songs like that. They don't make songs about certain issues that go on with us, but we always do it for everybody else, and that's when we always get the short end of the stick. We get the dirty diaper. We gotta clean the dirty diaper, and we get the shit. We gotta clean it. So why are we doing this? We're loving people. These are our fetuses. These are our children we're looking after. So point of this story, or point of this video, damn near, is, as highly melanated people, so-called black people, extremely melanated people, stop. We gotta stop this shit, man. Every time we do it, we always lose every time. So I told myself, years when I was into learning about all this different stuff and marching and shit, all that shit, I've been learning all this stuff. I said I would never do that. That's me giving my energy out to something when I can give my energy to myself. When I give my energy to myself, then I can do more. I can do more with things around me, and do more with things that can actually be more helpful, instead of for me in my vicinity, instead of somebody that don't give a fuck about me. So that's what we always lose at. The 60s, 50s, the 70s, 80s, 90s, the 2000s, we've been marching. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need new legs. All the marching we be doing. I remember Tupac was like, they had marches in the 60s, and they had marches in the 60s, and we still marching in the 90s. I'm like, God damn you, motherfucker, I'm 22. Why should I be telling you you motherfuckers this shit? Y'all older than me. Well, that's what I'm saying. Even Tupac, he was like, To Live and Die in L.A., what's L.A. without the blacks, and what's black pride, brown pride in the sets again? No, I'm keeping it definitely infinity real, like infinity. That they don't care about us. They don't care. They'll use anything to get what we have. They'll use anything to do to get what we have, whether it's music, entertainment, sports, whatever it is, anything to X us out. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. I don't care how much they can say they like this or like this song or whatever it is. They don't care. So why do we need approval from people that don't give a shit about us? I don't give a fuck about them. I don't. I really don't. Like, so what's the deal? Like, we're slowing ourselves down by doing this. So that's what this video was about. Giving energy outside of ourselves when it don't need to be given. And as I say that, I'm looking at Orion's belt and the Draconis star and the star Sirius right now as I look. And that whole, those three systems, they make a dragon. And then I say about Quetzalcoatl. So I'm looking at the east, on the east, and it's rising up. Not moving, it over time it does, because everything evolves. But yeah, what I'm speaking of are these are star systems. I'm talking about Orion's belt, Draconis, and the star Sirius. So to summarize what the fuck I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing with Nipsey Hussle, with that song, you know, it's that was something that could have been done by them and not by us. But we have power and we like to help people. But we were trying to help somebody that help a people or something that don't help us. That's with all these different types of people. So we got to stop spreading ourselves thin. Like you got like two pieces of bread, right? You got some peanut butter and you got some jelly, but you ain't got enough peanut butter or enough jelly to fill up one piece of bread on each piece of bread, right? Like, damn, man. I wish I would have been measuring my peanut butter and my jelly before. Like, I just been like just putting so much on my sandwiches. Now I damn near don't have anything. We spreading ourselves thin by doing this shit. We spreading ourselves. We put on more baggage or more weight on ourselves that even belongs on us. Fuck them, man. I done seen I done seen Mexicans marching in Milwaukee. You gotta think, why are Mexicans or Latinos even in Milwaukee? They get put there. These motherfuckers let them go there. These motherfuckers let them go there. You know why? Because they're wiping out highly melanated people, so-called black people. And if you smart, you would have peeped game and picked it up. I'm telling you, they doing it all over. It's some of them out there in Atlanta. They out there in Florida. Where else they at? You gotta be like thinking like Atlanta? Yes, they're in Atlanta. They were in they in different cities up north. They everywhere, man. I'm telling you, this shit is not a game. It's not a game, man. This shit is real. So all I say is do what you can to survive, and do what you can if you can thrive, do that. But survival is key, because your strength of your mind will get you to where you need to be at or where you want to be at. So use your strength, because your mind controls your brain. The brain is the biggest muscle in your body, but the brain don't do any of your thinking for you. It does all the doing. The mind controls the brain. The brain controls the muscles in the body. So we got to start using our mind and get rid of these cancers around us, because we won't be able to use our our arm because we got a cancer in it, or use our genitals because we got a cancer in them. Use our brain because we got brain cancer. Whatever it is, we gotta cut that motherfucker out, and before it start growing even more. So we gotta cut this shit out. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. So stop giving a fuck about other people. Stop. We gotta stop it. That's gonna be the end of us. We damn near out of here now. Like, but we just got a lot of people. But the multitude will have to fall, and the few that have this mindset will be around to watch this motherfucker crumble, and buy their hands from their mind. All right, that's it. That's the end of this video. So, all my niggas out there, niggas is a spiritual word. I ain't got time. I'm finna explain shit. Do your research. I made videos about it. Look it up. To my niggas out there, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. Whatever their race is or whatever, don't worry about them. Worry about surviving, and you'll see who really can do what we can do. Nobody can do what we can do. All right, niggas.